I just found out about this not long ago. I just started a day at work, very tired. Customers are pestering me for refills. Take the sauce, take the tissue, etc. I also met someone who wanted to play dollars with me. Money trick man. Do you know that trick? He took out 5 yuan each. Every time I make a mistake or I'm not fast enough, just take one. The reason I was angry with him wasn't to take the money. Instead, he made me waste it for a mere $5. Time and then come home from get off work. And the creepy old man who kept staring at me. He has already done 5 with me in the Fuji apartment. Old neighbor. Most people wouldn't live in a Fuji apartment for so long. Two houses are separated by a wall. That old man has always been very introverted. Through that wall, I can hear it. Only his deep humming jazz voice. And the clanging sound in the pot while cooking. He goes to the garden every day, talk to his flowers for hours. He's a little weird, but friendly. Respect my privacy, and aside from the occasional greeting, never approach me. But since his grandson moved in, things have changed a lot. In the few conversations we had before, he never mentioned his family. So on a warm Wednesday afternoon, a pale face, sloppy, men in their 20s. When I drag the box in, I find it strange. I didn't ask who he was, but when he saw me lying on a chair on the patio, very excited to say to me, "You must be my new neighbor. My name is Cameron." He told me he hadn't seen his grandfather in years, miss him very much, and said he was too old to live alone. He doesn't look right, but I can't tell. But it's none of my business. So I didn't think too much about it. Since then, I see Cameron a lot. And the number of times I see the elderly goes down. He is no longer in the garden. I can't hear anymore. There's a faint jazz on the other side of the wall. Instead of, it's every night until 11 o'clock. The hum of tools. It's like the next door is renovating in the middle of the night. But the sound is very soft, so it never affected me. And one day, the voices died. That's when I saw the old man again. One day, I got out of my car and I was walking towards the gate. I saw something out of the corner of my eye. The sun shines on my neighbor's window, except for the bright yellow light. I can't see almost anything. And I squinted. I want to see that shape clearly, but only one figure can be seen, standing motionless behind the window. Went into the house without thinking too much, but the sight sent a chill down my spine. I can't forget it until I lie in bed. The next day, I glanced out my neighbor's window, but the curtains are closed. Well, maybe I'm just overthinking it. So I went to work as usual. As soon as I got home, the old man was standing behind that huge glass window, stare at me. His skin sagged and sagged. He stared blankly at me. "You don't look too good." It makes me a little uncomfortable. I think he's standing there because of me. Because for years, I go home at the same time every day. I froze, not sure if I should enter the house or drive a long way. I finally told myself I might have overreacted. A few days ago, Cameron told me, "This old man has dementia. It gets worse every day. So I don't want to be reckless, especially considering that the elderly may just be sick. He may not have meant to stand right there. So I decided to give it a rest. But in this case, it went from days to weeks. The old man waits by the window every day, even if I change shifts. He's always there, too. Sometimes, he would sit in his chair with a cup of tea, but some details have stayed the same. Like his upper body was naked all the time, and his frozen face. Sometimes when I pass by, I feel like he's going to grin at me. At night, his breathing echoed in the wall we shared. The wall makes me feel very cold. Even if he's not by the window, I also feel that he is always looking at me. I've never seen him come out of the house. Don't know if he never comes out. Only Cameron sometimes comes out to buy things, then go home humming. I haven't visited this old man either, but I found out that he was very sick. Once I prostitute him at the door for a little longer, see if he turns around and looks at me. The day I left, he just stood there and didn't move. His skin almost fell to the floor. Why I knocked on his door? I don't know, worried about him, still fed up with him looking at me every day. I just know I can't take that look anymore. It's driving me nuts. Only knocked twice. Cameron opened the door. Hey, little two, can I help you? He said nonchalantly. Chow, only my good friends would call me that. We only spoke a few words to each other. Why would he think he could call me that? This really pisses me off. Can I come in? I need to talk to you. I didn't hide my displeasure at the time. He whistled that now was not the time. Can I invite you over for dinner later? No, we need to talk now. It's going to squeeze in, and on the way there, I stopped. I saw something around me. Makes me sick to my stomach. I looked up at Cameron, my frightened face, clearly visible in his dilated pupils. His breathing became heavy. Looks excited. He reached out and grabbed me, but I'm fast. He didn't catch. I ran back to my house and locked the door tightly. Then he dialed 911 with trembling fingers. Dong, dong, dong. Cameron slammed into the wall between us. Come and have dinner with us. His deep voice somehow reached me. Living room, I tried to stay calm. You make it clear to the operator. What did you see at your neighbor's house? As soon as the operator told me, the police will arrive in 15 minutes. So I grabbed the knife from the kitchen, then huddled in the corner of the living room. Cameron is still banging against the wall while repeating that sentence. After about 10 minutes, he stopped. There was silence. Later, I heard a creaking sound from the neighbor's back door. I sat there praying he wouldn't break into my house. It's dark now. All I hear is the sound of crickets around me. Not long after, I saw red and blue lights approaching our driveway. The loud knock on the door made me almost jump up. I slowly approached the window. When I saw the police standing there, I breathed a sigh of relief. I carefully opened the door. Madam, did you call the police about suspicious activity next door? My neighbor's reply. I whispered. I was so scared I could barely speak. The two police officers looked at each other suspiciously. I pointed to my neighbor's window. Unlike other nights, this time the curtains are wide open. The old man stood behind the window with his drooping body. The police rushed to the neighbor's house, then disappeared through the back door. I'm on the other side of the window. I saw one of the police officers. The old man turned around. From my perspective, you can see all the stitches on his back. There's also a zipper sewn in the middle, so that his skin can be worn like a disgusting dress. I can't take it anymore. Spit it out on the spot. The police also looked shocked. The police didn't catch Cameron at the time. I gave the police a description of what he looked like, but his facial features are not very prominent. If you want me to find him in a group of people, I don't have the confidence that I can do it. But one thing is for sure, he's not my neighbor's grandson. My neighbor doesn't have a family, but he seemed to be having a good time alone. Until Cameron moved in. I have met this old man several times, but he was acting weird. I wish I had paid attention. I'm sorry about the outcome of this matter, but after that, I will never live so close to my neighbors again. When I was on a plane, found sitting, the man in the 5th row ahead is looking at me. Maybe I'm thinking too much, because I was tired. Plus, taking a plane makes me even more physically and mentally exhausted. The thought of sitting in economy class for 10 hours. My mood is very irritable. So I tried to find something to distract me. But the man in front of me makes me nervous, very uncomfortable. I couldn't ignore him. I saw him for the first time. I had a bad feeling. I was dragging my luggage on the plane. He's already seated. I really hate flying. It got stuck in the hallway, waiting for the person in front to work hard, bring him a large package, stuff it in the luggage rack. His wife was speaking Spanish, scolding him angrily at a fast speed. I turned my head, trying to control my anger, because it's going to take a long time to fly this time. If I can't stay calm now, it's going to be even worse. This is the moment my eyes met the man's. I don't know how to describe him. He had a very public face, nothing particularly memorable. Ordinary brunette, brown eyes, medium build. If you put him in a pile of people, I don't think I would have recognized him. Anyway, he's just a normal guy. I couldn't help but smile at him, because I think we're all passengers in pain. But he didn't respond to me. The man in front of me started cursing again, started trying to stuff his luggage into the seat in front of him. I looked at him for a while. When I look around again, I found that a man with no features is looking at me, as expressionless as before, just a little frown. It was impossible to read his face. I thought to myself, did I interest him? Wait until you can finally get past that man. When walking over, I breathed a sigh of relief. I found my seat. Put the bag on your head. The handbag is under the front seat. Then sit down. Try not to imagine those terrible plane accidents. Try to make yourself less anxious. I was sitting down in the aisle, so you can see the male passenger flooding into the cabin, and he tapped his fingers on the armrest. Between the flow of people and luggage, I think I saw him turn his head to look at me. But he stopped after the plane took off, and then I saw him glance at me. But then he started swiping his phone. Maybe he's trying to divert attention. Don't know where he's from. It was a flight from Toronto to Sao Paulo. So most passengers are all tourists or immigrants from Brazil, like myself, just going back to visit family and friends. But it doesn't feel like that man is any kind of... Watching him play on his phone and telling myself, maybe he's just like me, just a nervous passenger. Hate flying as much as I do, but to escape the Canadian winter, have to go somewhere warm in Brazil. Just then, I realized his cell phone was turned off. He's already swinging his phone around, at least an hour. The screen is always black. He's not wearing headphones, definitely not playing a game. I'm not watching a movie. In the past hour, he uses his phone as a mirror, been looking at me. For some reason, I became his entertainment on the plane. I told myself not to be afraid. It would make me look weak. I don't want him to feel I am someone who is easily bullied. I sat there for a while, thinking about what to do. My heart is beating faster. Many people say, when you meet a pervert who makes you uncomfortable, to draw attention to him. I also agree with this approach, but I have no proof directly what he did wrong. I don't want to be seen by others either, treated as a troublesome woman who has nothing to do. I grabbed my handbag carefully, heading towards the bathroom at the back of the plane. But I didn't go in. Instead, find the flight attendant in the pantry. Hello, is there any way you can change my seat? I asked him, and he seemed a bit annoyed. Because this flight is crowded, not many empty seats. But as soon as I explained why, he frowned. Talking about the man sitting at the 6H. I breathed a sigh of relief. It seems that the flight attendant has also noticed this problem, so it's not just my paranoia. Yeah, that's him. He looked at the side. Slight irritation turns to impatience. Then he said there was an empty seat in the back of the cabin. I thanked him for sitting down in the last row. The turbulence in the air makes me feel sick, but at least distance yourself from that pervert makes me feel safer. I settled in and I had a horrible airplane meal. using a cell phone and a very interesting poke, listened to a few episodes of the show, slowly began to relax. I also slept. And after a while, I opened my eyes and I was shocked. I feel my heart. It seems to jump out of my mouth. He's staring at me again. Except this time he's not hiding anymore. He's standing right there, standing on the other side of the aisle. Skip the other sleeping passengers and look at me. Perhaps pretending to be asleep is a wiser choice, but I didn't want him to think it was going to scare me. So I asked out loud, "What do you want to do?" I was very loud. There was anger in his voice. It attracted the attention of several passengers. I saw the flight attendant walking towards him. The man didn't flinch at all, still staring at me. He smiled. This is the first time I've looked at his face, see a different expression, but I don't like it. He looked pleased. It's like knowing a secret I don't know. The flight attendant hasn't spoken yet, and he walks away. The flight attendant asked me if I wanted to change my seat again, but I don't think it's very useful. One of the characteristics of flying is that there is nowhere to escape, but at the same time he can't do anything to me. 4 hours until landing. That man didn't come to harass me before, and I never left my seat. After landing, waited until everyone got off the plane before leaving. Okay, keep an eye out for that guy. I saw him leave at the back of the plane, but this time he didn't look back at me. I confirm him has left, and there were no other passengers in the aisle. I unloaded the flight attendant. Go back to your original seat to get your luggage. I'm not in a hurry to catch a connecting flight in 3 hours. Dangulolo's International Airport, one of the least reliable airports I've ever seen. After getting the luggage, I have to go through customs first, then go through security again, then rush to the other end of the airport to catch a domestic flight. These steps will take me at least an hour. If there are many people catching the plane, it will take more time. I worry about these things, but the thing that worries me more is yet to come. Because I'm from above when taking something from the luggage rack, and I found something. My tag is missing. That label has my full name on it, mobile number, and my address in Canada. That was 3 weeks ago. I'm ready to fly back to Toronto now. I didn't know what to do when I got there. I'm really scared now. I left my neighbor's address on the casebook, and an hour later he was dead. One day in college, a friend suggested that I go to the case website to have a look, see if you can find some relaxation there. Body approach. I didn't know it then. The network itself solved my problem. Anonymous Wit gave me a sense of excitement like never before. I have to experience it fully. Let's see where he takes me. I didn't know much about it at first. I searched a few very common message boards, but then a comment in the thread. It caught my attention. This post, son, was probably written by an abandoned lover. He wanted revenge, income hired killers, and providing services to hack into private computers. One comment stood out. He says you can try the above methods, but if you really want revenge, want to hurt and want the other person to know that you did it, click here and I'll wait for you. Out of curiosity, I clicked on that link. At first the screen went completely black. Just when I was about to give up, found that in the corner at the bottom of the screen, there is a very small, almost undetectable jumping dots. So I moved my cursor over to this point and I clicked. A new message board appeared on the screen, but this time it's different. I don't know how to explain it, but it soon dawned on me. Went through some of the information posted above. Someone gets married and wants to bring someone huge sums of money, hoping to avoid legal process, make an adoption. Over the next 2 weeks, I spend it every night. Been browsing this message board for a long time. Every refresh, a few new messages will pop up. Go to this website. It takes a lot of time and energy, so I'm surprised there are so many people on it. I began to respond to these messages. My reply was stupid. These responses may just amuse me, but because it's completely anonymous, so I find myself terrified every time I reply. After the hardcore post, they're getting bolder. That's when I saw a post. It was sent by a hired killer. He is looking for a job in my area. I texted him right away. Let's see if he has any real skills. I made up a story about my neighbor, said some rumors out of thin air, and said I wanted him to disappear from our streets. It took a while for this guy to reply, but he is not. It returned normally like everyone else before. The notepad on my computer opened by itself. Watched him start typing by himself. He somehow took control of my computer. Now it is a complete, typing on a standalone program. He did it, most likely to demonstrate their capabilities. But for whatever reason, that really scared me. In fear, I turned off the monitors, sitting there quietly. It didn't take long for the monitor to light up again, even though this book shows a simple message. Are you still there? Do you still want to get rid of it? I charged $15,000 for the first order, then charge according to the situation. I sat there staring at the screen with my mouth open. The next message that popped up gave me the creeps. I'm nearby. An hour later. See, I haven't told him the address yet. How on earth did he know where I was? I typed like crazy to quit. Say I want to do it another way, to handle this. But he insisted on rejecting me. Leave a simple sentence to see you later. I lunged for the light switch, let the room go dark, and I walked across the room to the window, opened some of the curtains, aiming at the streets under the moonlight, for fear of making too much noise. I'm almost out of breath. It feels like a long, long time. A dark old car drove into our street. I live in a cul-de-sac. This means that cars come in with a purpose. He drives quietly, then it stopped gently. It's less than 3 houses from my house. It's directly opposite my neighbor downstairs. The light in the back room is on. I guess someone went downstairs for a drink. I hadn't thought about it at the time. Who lives across the road? In a conversation with the killer, I'm just sketching, briefly described their house, and mentioned that they lived across from me. I didn't think about it at all. 2 teenagers who live there, and their parents. They're really nice people. I regret it now. When the doors opened, I came back from my self-loathing. And now came a man in overalls. From my point of view, on those dark green overalls, it looks like clay. He turned his head towards my window, stared at me for a while. I feel like my heart is jumping to my throat. Then he strode towards the neighbor's house, and I watched him come in. By this time, the lights in the back room had been turned off, and then the staircase light flashed briefly. Then it goes out too. The neighbor may have gone back to bed. There was a light in the back bedroom, and then a light went on in the third bedroom. After a few seconds, the master bedroom light went on. I can see figures running around in panic. The staircase light came on again, and then the lights in the kitchen. Front door is open. Remaining boy covered in blood crawled out. The man appeared at the door. As the teenager crawls down the driveway, he's just squeezed in behind. Enjoy the fruits of your work. He threw a quick punch. The boy made no movement. He stood up and glanced at me again. Reach into your pocket and pull out a cell phone. My computer screen lit up again. A sentence appeared in my notepad. Pay by tomorrow morning. Otherwise, next time it's your turn. We've been driving for 18 hours straight. It's a go-go holiday trip. We are far from our destination, only about an hour away. Dad is very determined where to go. However, due to the impact of bad weather, the rest of the road is blocked. He asked if the navigation showed tonight. Leon pointed to a surface area and whispered, there are several large trucks parked there. What's the joke there? We're almost there. To reach the destination, Dad was driving dangerously, not following road signs. Take the car off the highway. But we were so unlucky. Walk along this road for 10 kilometers. The weather was awful. Finally, you can't even see the highway. Now even Dad is starting to give up. Cell phone is dead. What a crappy place this is. My brother looked out at the white wilderness and said, the air is cold and weird. It was as if everything had suddenly frozen in place. But at the end of the blurry line of sight, I saw a motel. Or rather, saw the dim light on their sign. I said, let's go there. Although this place is very ordinary, but there's no other choice. As we got closer, we found this building seems to have been abandoned for some time. The window was smashed. Graffiti everywhere. Garbage is everywhere. There's slow vines growing out of the cracks in the bricks on the road. My brother Pony said, this is a prime location for crime. Mom and Dad are arguing. It's all your fault. We should have stopped then. That way we can stay where people are. Mom Lingsheng said, I thought we could make it. Dad replied, so you act recklessly. Don't think about the consequences. You didn't even think about the rest of us, did you? It was noisy for about 5 minutes, until the pony complained that he was tired. We're all tired, and so ended this accumulated conversation. Dad pushed the button on the seat. Lean your back. It's nice here, too. No one bothers us. He folded his arms and closed his eyes. Mom glared at him again. The quarrel ended. He asked the pony to get some blankets out of the trunk. It can be cold here at night, so he says. The pony had a little trouble getting the blanket out, given the circumstances at the time. After about 10 minutes, we warm up. It's snowing. I suddenly realized that we were cut off from the world. It's a scary feeling. I really miss being in Aunt May's house, and I complained. They must be worried about us, but I can't help it. So let's have a good rest. I wrap the blanket tighter. Close your eyes so that your body doesn't tremble. It's hard to fall asleep in this desolate place, but I'm so tired. Watch the snowflakes fall slowly. I closed my eyes and fell asleep. This night is destined to be restless. A few hours later, my dad is snoring. Pony kicked me and whispered hi. Are you awake? Wake up now. I'm guessing. My dad snore. Probably wakes up the dead. There are earplugs in the trunk. What do you think is in this broken place? Will there be anything valuable? I looked outside at the dark building. There is an eerie silence. It's too dangerous. At this point in time, all kinds of wild animals may have come out. Stop acting like a coward. I just want you to watch the door for me. I go in by myself, he said, grabbing the phone and using it as a light source. I gently pushed the door open before I could refuse him. Walking through the snow, and I was in the car and I watched him go through. Walked into the abandoned motel. When he disappeared from sight, I felt a chill in the air. But not because the temperature dropped. It's that I find this place very scary. It's easy to get into trouble here. I thought to myself, and then something happened. I stared at the door, saw the dazzling headlights from the road to the abandoned motel, parking lot at the end of the road. Take a picture. Someone came from that path. I suddenly thought, someone must be paying the electricity bill to keep the billboard lit. I noticed him approaching. Probably because of the heavy snow and dark conditions. They can't see us. I saw him parked near that abandoned building. I heard the slight creaking of tires, and then he turned it off. When something bad is about to happen, I have a strange sixth sense. When the engine is turned off, I sense that the driver wasn't crying. Did they see us? It's so dark outside. Maybe you didn't see it. But what are they doing here? I saw a figure jump out of the driver's seat to the snow-covered parking lot. Whoever they are, it doesn't even look like it's lost. They must have been here before. I'll try it. No sign of the pony. Why hasn't he come out for so long? Did he hear the truck coming? Just as the driver disappeared into the opposite fuel tank, near time, I saw the pony come out of the gate. I breathed a sigh of relief, opened the door and signaled him to hurry up. He looked scared, ran towards me, but slipped in the middle of the parking lot. Face first, he yelled at the top of his voice. It's like a broken bone. This woke up Dad. He jerked up and hit the horn. When the horn sounded, I saw the driver from the corner of my eye. I will be there. Hope they didn't hear. I don't want to get in trouble. I want to wake up my parents, then get out of here. See that figure disappear again. I shook my mother awake. She opened her eyes with ease. Annie, what's wrong? I'm tired. Someone's here. I whispered. The pony slowly got up. Wipe the blood off your nose. Walking towards the car. I can't find that driver anywhere. What are you talking about? Mom is gradually waking up. Look around. During a blizzard, the trucks on the other side can't be seen clearly. What about your brother? Mom asked, now fully awake. He went to the bathroom. I pointed to the toilet and said, and I found out. Soldier's parking lot. I can't see my brother anywhere. He was just there. I whispered. What, come on, Annie, where is your brother? Mom nudged Dad with her elbow and asked. Then I found the driver, standing right in front of our car. Are you lost? He said. His voice sounded friendly, but I always feel uneasy about falling. When the man approached Dad's car window, Dad, be vigilant. No, just looking for a place to spend the night. Road conditions and weather are terrible. Dad said this guy looks like he's having a bad time. His beard was covered with crumbs. The left eye seems to be going blind. Well, this is not a place to spend the night. Drive away. Okay, we'll be leaving soon. But my son is still in the toilet. My mom said. Dad checked the parking lot. Still no pony. The man got a little closer. I can even smell the alcohol in his mouth. Maybe I didn't make it clear just now. You have to go. Just the three of you. The blizzard will get bigger and bigger. Just go. There was malice in his voice, like warning us. I see now. Pony is going to be left here with him, but the shipment of medical. Dad persisted until, I'm not leaving without my son. The man nodded. Okay, whatever you want. And he's saying this, walking back through the snow-covered parking lot. It doesn't seem cold at all. He got back into his car. I asked my dad what to do. He must have taken the pony. I'll go find him. He might be lost, Dad said and got out of the car. There will be a bad feeling, Mother whispered. I'm in the car with my mom, watching Dad walk through the empty parking lot. After a while, the truck driver started the engine. Is he about to leave? Maybe I missed him. He starts to accelerate. I stared at my dad and thought to myself, I haven't had time to react. The big truck should have started to move forward. Mom immediately honked the horn and Dad was startled. Stopped. Then we both looked at the truck in horror. Drive straight towards him. Dad ran, but the truck is faster. He slammed on the accelerator. We heard the roar of the engine. He's closing in. Then Dad slipped, hit by a truck. Even if something has happened, I still can't believe it. Dad is lying in the parking lot. It was painful. His body was almost weighed down by the weight of the cart. Broken. Then we found the truck was turning towards us. Mom, I whispered. He immediately climbed to the driver's seat and started the engine. The truck driver almost came up to us. Then he put his foot back on the accelerator. It's over. It's over. That big truck is about to catch up with us. Hurry up, my mom yells. We rounded the curb. The truck driver crashed into it. My mom switched to forward gear. Drive straight ahead. Meanwhile, we frantically called the police. But the phone has no signal. I can't see the truck in the distance. But I still don't feel safe. My father died. The pony is also missing. I never saw the truck again. After the weather gets better, took the police back to the scene of the incident. We found the pony. He was stuffed into the fuel tank. Fuel is poured into the ground. There are still 13 corpses underground, all crushed. Pour on the pungent gasoline to reduce the stench of corpses. And we found out the motel sign was deliberately added. It's a haven for human trafficking gangs and corpse storage. My mother and I will never forget that summer. I didn't know who to blame. I'm not sure I'm going to be strong enough to live on. All I know is that there's still a lunatic who hasn't been found, and this is the scariest